Hey, what's up everybody? AJ here. So today, I think this is gonna be the longest video ever, but for me anyways. So I've got this shovel that's pretty mucked up. And doing the head of the shovel will be a totally different video if I do it. But however, this thing's in pretty bad shape. Super rough. Definitely catches splinters when you're trying to shovel. So I'm gonna try to make this a little bit smoother, make it a little bit nicer. I'm not gonna make it super smooth, because if you need it to be super smooth, you probably need to run a shovel a lot more often anyways. However, this kind of shit is bad because it just really throws some gigantic splinters. It feels like you got a 2x4 in your hand when you're done. Now this one in particular, it's more like a trenching shovel. So after you dig a giant hole, and you gotta get down inside there and kind of clean the hole out, that's what this is really good for. It's not an actual spade to like jab down and dig with. It's more like a cleaning shovel. So anyways, we'll start with this one and see how it works, and then I'll do a video on the head, maybe, possibly, depending on how this actually works, because I'm not sure. And it's gonna be a long ass video, so I'll apologize now. Anyhow, I've got 60 grit. Whichever way the video works to show that it's actually 60 grit, that is 60 grit tape. This is all leftover, that's why it's super skinny and super short. It's leftover, something I had laying around. Also got some 40 grit here. And some, what is it, 120? Yeah, like 120, 150 grit. Which 150 is probably going to be about the best I'll do, if I even do that. So here's some 40 grit, which actually got torn. Looks like the dog ate it, maybe, I don't know. It's all leftover sandpaper I'm going to use. So 60 grit, which is, or 40 grit, which is obviously more intense than 60 grit, is what I'm going to start with. And I'm just going to rip me a piece off. I can cut it, nothing like that. This is just a real quick, hopefully real quick project to try to see if I can make the shovel handle end up a little bit better. We'll see. Jennifer was trying to talk me into using my sander, but I think I'm just going to do it by hand, just so we can see how it works. So let's see how this works or doesn't work. And I guess for like 30 minutes probably, I'm just gonna guess, y'all gonna see me basically, unfortunately, play with a shovel the entire time. So I'm just gonna play some music while I do it, see how everything works. I'll do some like this, and I'll do some around, try to keep the round. But like I said, I'm not trying to get this thing super smooth. I just want it smooth enough to where I'm not getting 2x4 splinters in my hands while I'm trying to shovel. Just there it is. Pinch it between the legs. And then do that. That's one reason I didn't want to use the sander, is because it's more easy. I was afraid it wouldn't push the round very good. But let's see how it all goes. I mean, hell, I might have 30 minutes of video that you guys are like, oh, okay, that's annoying as shit. Why did you do a video like that? But it's because, you know, I got to get my tools ready to use and to keep them usable for the summer. And since I slacked off on doing general PMs, preventative maintenance, then now I got to make them good. So we'll just see how it goes. But going like this around it, that's bad news for this paper. So I'm just going to keep sanding like this rather than get it up here so y'all, I guess, can at least watch that part of it. Because going like this, that just tore the paper really quick. I thought it would do a good job, but maybe I just put too much pressure on it. It just keeps tearing, so we'll just see. I'll just keep trying this and just see what happens. This is going to be a long project. We're already 4 minutes into it, and I've made like 4 inches of progress on one side. But anyways, yeah, you can take it, kind of do that for the top part there. I'm probably going to catch a massive splinter doing this, but that's alright. As this paper wears up, you can toss it down on the ground. Wait for my wife to come by and yell. I'll keep tearing off little pieces and going, so that hopefully we can get the video done before the end of the day. I got a lot of better things to do than, you know, long stroke a shovel. Enough of that stuff in my spare time anyways. So instead of trying to grip it like this, I'm just gonna kind of do this, I guess. I really wish I knew how to edit a video to where you could, you know, start it, do a lot of this kind of stuff, and then show the end result. Because this is gonna be a ridiculous long video, or I can kind of show what I just did in the beginning, and then show the ending. You know, applying linseed oil, so that everybody doesn't have to sit here and just watch this nonsense. But you know what? You either watch it and like it, or you'll watch it and go, why in the hell did I learn it? Plus, it's Sunday. This is a good day just to goof off playing with, you know, something and seeing if I can make it a lot nicer and more user-friendly, I guess. This shovel here in particular, I've got a few of them. I'll do multiple shovels and some axe handles, pickaxes. I got a bunch of them that are in really bad shape, man, and they give you a hell of a good splinter if you're not paying attention. Even if you are paying attention, it'll just get you once in a while. So, trying to get this into a lot more usable. And this paper, I'm sure, is 20 years old, and the way it's just falling apart. But it could be because this handle is just so rough. It's just eating this paper up so fast. That's another reason why I wasn't real thrilled about the idea of using a sander, because I had to cut them all and everything like that. And I thought, man, if this thing just tears that paper up, it's going to be sitting here non-stop. Just, you know, the whole video is going to be nothing but like piece of paper. Which isn't much better than sitting here doing this nonsense. However, you know, I may just cut her off and call it a day, and then have like part 1, 2, 3, I guess, maybe, or something. You know. It's not like I have that many views on stuff anyways, so if somebody wants to see what I'm really doing, I'll just sit here and watch. And it's not like you can't touch the little red button and drag it over. So, anyways, I'm hoping when I do this that I'll end up with, you know, something that'll last a little while. These shovels that we have, sledgehammers, pickaxes, everything like that we got. Me preaching the choir now. That's pretty good. If a guy would take better care of them, you know, they'll last you a lifetime. This is a nice hardwood. It shouldn't need to have this done to it, but I'm assuming I'm not the only one in the world that just kind of uses it, sets it aside, and just keeps using it. If we would just take the time to put linseed oil on your ring, keep your tools in really, really nice shape. However, everybody's got a lot of shit to do, so I'm sure they forget that the simple thing, just put some oil on your shovel, pickaxe, whatever it may be, is a lifesaver in reality. And this super aggressive sandpaper, I think that's another reason why it's so fast. It's because this stuff is 40 grit, that's super aggressive. You're going to have big cracks in there, like right there. But we'll just kind of pretty much dump oil down in there, and that should hopefully keep that in good shape. Now, with that being said, if you get a new one at some point, just once a year, just kind of factor in that you're going to have to spend, you know, a day going through your tools and trying to keep them in good shape. Just oil them, make sure they've got the proper oil, they're cleaning the debris and stuff like that. Because that debris and shit is what really messes these up. But anyways, I'm trying to think of random stuff to say when you're pretty well. But it is what it is. You know, maybe POTV, Pop me, you know, maybe we start OnlyFans with shovels and, you know, the things you need to do with them. But this is taking a lot more time than I thought it would. But man, I can get this done quick. Usually this one my wife like it's normal, but. But as you can see, it is. Well, maybe you can see hell. It is already making a heck of a difference. Just right my hand down, it's making a splinter, so that's a big plus. Now, really get serious with this. You can take off the wood and get it in really, really good shape. I would without messing up the integrity of the shovel. And like I said, if you keep doing the work before it gets in a bad condition, you know, just oil it regularly. This is in anyways, we'll just do what we can. Get as far as we can because when you're shoveling, he's got big old chunks of crap that just keep getting stuck in your hand. It's just not helpful. Shovel is not that great of a chore to do, even if you're doing it for fun. Which there's a few holes I've dug for fun. Once you start catching splinters and making it more miserable, the fun goes away in that hurry. So like down here, I'm going to try to, because when you're digging, everybody knows your hand's down here. You got up here and down here, like the center piece, not so much, but here and here, you know, I want that a little bit smoother than pretty much anything else on here. And since I didn't buy any sandpaper, I'm just using leftover stuff, I'm just going to get the best I can out of everything. Get this smooth into the next piece I got. So if I don't get what I want to get done, so be it. So I'm at a 60 for a 40 grit now. Move it to the 60 grit. Now this paper feels a little newer, a little nicer, so maybe the 60 will work better than the 40. Last a little longer. Because I'm going to try to do this method again. Turn it up like that, maybe. That's hard to do. Here. I'll just see if I can pinch it between my legs. See it at all, maybe. Nope, ain't gonna work. It's just torn like crazy. So just got to be straight up and down and around motion, I guess. And I'll just kind of, you know, cup it. That sounds horrible. You know, it's cupping around here like that. Let's see if I can kind of get the major nasty shit off there. It may not sound terrible to most people, but most of the guys I know, they're gonna be laughing their ass off when I'm saying that. So we'll just see. That ain't working too great either. Just gonna stick with this method, I guess. It's fine. It's just not what I was hoping for. And I may have to get a lot more time into this because I thought, I mean, it's getting smooth, it's just not getting as smooth as I was hoping and getting a really nice look to it, but we'll just kind of see what we get. Because like I said, if you need it too smooth, you probably really should use a shovel a lot more because, you know, you need some calluses on your hands. Literally all I'm doing is so close. So hopefully the music will kind of a little bit, but it's an extremely long video of me just sandpaper and shovel. And I'm really not going to get as smooth as I was wanting to. Now that I'm doing this as a video, I may do it on another shovel to where, or my pickaxe or something, where I'm just, you know, hanging out, just doing it on my own without actually trying to make a video. And that way I can really put forth the effort that I'm wanting to on it to make it look really good. And it's not just the you know, preserving it. But this one here, it's got some really big cracks in it, so I don't know that I'll get it sanded down enough anyways, even if I was using a sander without getting into, you know, kind of messing up the integrity of the actual shovel. Because if you go too far into this, you know, you're really gonna lose a lot of handle, and that's where they'll start snapping easy and stuff like that. Don't do that. Let's see some of these deeper cracks. We'll give it some character. Now let's see what it looks like when I put the linseed oil on it. This paper is either definitely made in China or very old, because it's just crumbling up. And it shouldn't be that old. We use this in my kitchen when we were redoing the wood floors. It's 60 grit anyways. So it's got to be just cheap crap made paper. It just keeps falling apart while I'm trying to use it. Now, like I said, this is a pretty rough handle, as you could maybe tell. Oh, I don't know. It is pretty rough, but that's why I just keep up and down on it. And going like this isn't really working good. This is about the best I can get out of it, is like this. Please leave in the comments. I'll find out all the things. But like right here, that's a pretty good crack. I wouldn't technically worry about it, except for where my hand goes. And as big of a crack as that is, it's one to peel off. So I'm going to try to get that seam really taken care of there. So I'm just basically going to keep the paper full like this on that edge. See if I can get that pushed down in there enough to make it kind of pretty flat. And that way when I put the oil on it, yeah, there we go. This actually works pretty good. Because as you're sliding your hand up and down, trying to work a shovel, the less chance that you have of catching a splinter, the better off you're going to be. Because it sure just makes shoveling bad when you run into splinters. But some of these are just really deep. Open. You know, like this. This video's already getting into 20 minutes. Maybe within 30 I can have her done. Good enough to call it a day. To where I can put some linseed oil on it and see how it works. And then I can do a different one over a shovel that I really just put the time into. Because there's a lot more that can get done to take care of this and make it look a lot better and just last a lot longer. But I just don't know that I want to put that time into it while I'm trying to do a quote unquote quick video. But it is getting pretty good. Yeah, this music is not exactly my channel friendly, but you know, maybe maybe just put a hand maybe you watch this video. I am gonna copy. I mean, all of the songs that are playing, hell, who knows? I don't know how that works, but I highly, highly doubt any of them will be that worried about my little video. They'll never even know what happened. You can see here's another one. That's a really thick one, and your hand stays up here a lot, so I'm gonna try to get that flat. I mean, that's where your hand is, period. So we'll do quite a bit of work on that one. perfect because the shovel just wants to roll here the whole time. It's getting pretty good, actually. This will help you on your hand strength, your grip strength, and your shoulder strength. Your hands get pretty tired doing it this way. Well, if they don't, then that's impressive. Man, I think it's falling apart again. Dang it. This should get her done though. We'll get in today, one way or the other. I got 2 good splinters. One up under my nail and one along the edge. But that's alright. I wasn't paying, I should have been paying a little bit better attention when I was doing it. Okay, I'll get down to the nitty gritty on this, but maybe you can see right there where that big chunk was. That's really smooth now, so I ain't gotta worry about catching my hand there no more. And it's still nice and round, so that's a nice thing. This is background music anyways, that doesn't sound right. You don't know? Well, it's better than just listening to the wind the whole time. If anybody makes it this long to the video, I'd be surprised anyways. Do what? I mean, we got the era of TikTok, so you lasting 22 minutes into a video of somebody standing on a shovel handle is pretty impressive. But that's alright. I've got that nice and rounded again because I had kind of a tip on it somehow. And it may not matter to most people, but when you're actually running a shovel, if that thing ain't nice and rounded, your hand hits into there, it's not kosher. You're gonna be very grumpy. So everything's pretty smooth now, except for a couple of them right there. So let's see if we can get a couple of those done. Get a little bit more leverage on these. That way I can get through them a little faster. I'm trying to be lazy and just sit down on my butt, but it's not working so well, so we'll just stand up and see if we can get sit down a little quicker. So yeah, you just kind of, as far as this goes, just a straight up and down is a lot better than going around circles as far as trying to get rid of all them little steams and all the little burrs that are sticking out. See, like right there, you still kind of get your fingers in there good, and that's bad because that's where you're grabbing a lot. So I'm gonna try to get rid of that real quick. At least get it laid down flat. The paper's really shitty for the way I usually just wanted to, but I've never actually had paper fall apart that bad. But at least I've about got that lip flat now. You know we want a big ass splinter. Really thick piece of 60 grit. And hopefully that'll finish laying that down flat. We'll see. So we're almost 30 minutes into watching me do this. That's alright. Like I said, anybody that's watching this that long probably need to find something a little better to do with your life. But if not, then thank you either way. And, you know, it's, hell, I find myself watching videos like this anyways, just to, you know, kind of see what people are doing. I don't know if y'all can tell, but that's actually getting pretty good. There's still just a little baby lip there. So I'll stand up again and see if I can get just a little bit more this way. Not that's alright. Basically, all I'm trying to do is get this. Oh no, war wound. Barely see it, but just caught another splitter. Dang it. So that spot there still needs some work. So that just caught a splinter from it. But that's alright. And at least, you know, doing it now is better when I'm out trying to dig a hole. So, anyways, we'll get that stuff out of the way. Oh, there we go. Now it's laying down nice. My thumbnail won't even catch it hardly. So, do a little bit more up here. And then when I oil it, I'm just going to try to soak right where that seam is. So the oil will get down inside there.
Probably because it refuses to be caged in by the confines of its tortilla walls. Or maybe just add more cheesy flavors.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's actually coming off a lot better than I thought it would. I mean, I thought it would come off a little bit better, but my wife, and she's right, I probably should just use the electric sander, which I may do on my other one. And I just kind of let y'all know how that works. It only has a video on it, but do what? I can earn twice the cash back. Yes, it's looking a lot better. Oh, I lied. There's one more piece of 60 grit. Yep, 60. It's already pretty worn. Let's get what we can out of it. Really nice day actually to be out here doing this anyways. I wish I wasn't in such a hurry, but I know nobody's going to watch this for too long, so I kind of want to just get to the point of it 30 minutes into it. So we'll use just a little bit of 150, which it is. Sorry, I can't see nothing. 150. This is really a lot. It's really, really fine. We'll just try to clean it up a little bit. I ain't too worried about it because my hands and my wife's hands are both pretty durable. We do enough work around the farm that we don't need too much smooth. But having it a little better would be nice. Like I said earlier, if you need it too smooth, get out and run a shovel and do it until your hands don't tear. This is to keep your tools nicer for a lot longer. Linseed oil is super sweet, and if that's all it takes to keep your tools in good shape, I wish I would have paid better attention to it early on in life. And that is really all you need as far as what I know. Anyways, my personal opinion. You know, it's probably going to give this shovel another, 20 years of life, which, that'll be my lifetime, probably. Depending on our former vice president, I might get 20 years. But another thing I would suggest, don't sit downwind of where you're standing, but it's the only way I can get the video to not have the sun directly into the video, so it's all blowing right in my face, but not that big a deal. Anyways, we're pretty well there. Kind of trying to get that end piece to be a little bit more user friendly. But yeah, now I'm just completely running down it barehanded. Nothing. Go up. Barehanded. Nothing. Crossed. Nothing. This thing's smooth. It may not look terribly smooth on here. Now it could be a lot smoother just because of these little ruts and stuff that are in there. But they're smooth enough because of the way I did this or whatever, and this, that transition across there, you don't catch your hand. So, you know, that's nice. Anyways, I'm gonna quit messing with that. Really? I thought I had it between my feet better. Anyways, kind of wipe it off a little bit. Try not to smack yourself in the face. Not the best thing to do in the world. Doesn't hurt that bad if you keep your hat in the way. So this is just boiled linseed oil, and it's supposed to do a really good job. So as we put this on, I'm just going to apply it, you know, nice and smooth. But as I get into anywhere where there's a little groove, and then down in here where you got that metal that meets the handle there, if y'all can see that, then I'm going to put it in kind of thick so it'll kind of fall down in there. And that little seam right there, which is metal, I'm going to try to put it down in there so that oil will penetrate down into there and just really saturate this wood. And that's what's really going to keep this wood in good shape. Now this doesn't say shake before using. It's something I always kind of do whenever I'm messing with boiled linseed oil or a lot of things. I just kind of shake it up. Just, you know, if something did settle out, I'd rather get it back up in there before I try to use it. So anyways, just try to get that on here and kind of see what it looks like. I'm just gonna put one coat on today for the video, and then I'll put a couple more coats on later on. But I just got this rag here. A sock is probably better because your hand goes up in there, but I'm just gonna kind of do this number, just kind of pour it all over it and clean up around it. Now we have a nice thick layer. And then I'm just gonna apply it liberally. Like I was sanding fast, but when I'm doing this, I'm gonna do it kind of nice and slow. I say I'm only putting one coat on it, but my one coat is not only gonna be thick, it's gonna be put on nice and easy. And once I'm done down to the bottom, I come back up and redo it. That's what I call one coat. So I'm already starting to run a little dry. So you kind of just grab this stuff. Sorry, that's just not my kind of music there. Then kind of get it put back on there again. Once again, nice and thick and heavy. I'm just gonna kind of paint it on there. And your hands are gonna get oily. You know, you should probably put rubber gloves on. So once again, you know, I ain't too worried about it. And once I get down in these cracks here, you got these seams, same up there, but this is a bigger seam. Now really try to work that stuff in there. Different directions, up and down, left to right. Just kind of get that oil to fall into there. This way you can also go to like yard sales, estate sales, auctions, whatever. You can buy a really shitty looking shovel for $5-10 bucks. I've seen some, I guess, go for 20, but they're usually $5-10 bucks. And see, I'm really saturating this rag. This goes a long ways. You don't need to do this thick as I do, but you can buy you one of them shitty shovels and really put just a lot of work into it. You get you a really nice shovel for a little to nothing. And I really just like to try to work it into them crevices that I tried to sand down, and just try to get that oil out of that rag to kind of seep out of there and into it. See, this is all still one coat to me, because a second coat to me is when you this is completely dry, and then you go over it again. So, and always just keep wiping the bottle clean. That way you get all the oil where you set it down. So now I'm gonna get a lot of oil on here to get it down that seam of where that metal meets the wood and where that little piece is folded on the shovel right here. That little seam right there, see that? Get that really wet and then try to get it down in there. And a lot of it. And then right here where your wood meets, same thing. I'm just gonna kind of work that rag to where I'm pushing any of the oil that's soaked up into this rag. I'm trying to get it to kind of push out of there, if that makes sense. And then it should run down inside of there. But just in case it doesn't do what I'm hoping, when I do the second coat, after this dries, I'll do a second coat, and then I'll actually be able to submerge this down to where this, from about here to here, so this section here will be in nothing but oil, and just kind of absorb it into there. Now, that may be a major overkill, but that's fine. I like overkill. And this is the last little bit I'll put on here today. And then, like I said, I'll work on that shovel head with a grinder wheel. I'm sorry, a grinder with a wheel brush, and get that thing in good shape. Possibly just oil it regularly, but I don't know. I'm gonna show y'all once I get this done. And this is one coat. I'll do one more like this tomorrow, because this should be dry by tomorrow. And you wanna, as you do it, up, straight up and down, but you also wanna just kind of like this kind of thing. Both directions, like that. That way it pushes it into those cracks. And that's just my personal opinion on how you should apply oil to this. Now, I shouldn't have let it go this long, but I did, so such is life. But anyways, it's a lot more beautiful now, and it's sealed really, really good. I love how that wood looks after it's all done. Now, like I said, it does need a lot more work if you wanted to be really particular about it, but none of this, you won't catch a sliver from none of this. But anyways, when you're done with it, kick her to the side. You don't have a way to dry your hands. Dirt's beautiful for oil. So if you got oil, whatever, on your hands, you got a lot more shit to do before you go inside. Dirt is great. All right, y'all, stay safe. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Later.